Hello, Satsar. Hello, Siri.
Hi.
Hello.
And welcome everyone. Um, as the topic for today's session is ancient Indian wisdom for transformation coaching. So, let me start by sharing an ancient wisdom. And it is said that God cannot come to the earth, so he sent gurus. Sri Swami Sivananda says that in Guru Tattva, that for a beginner in the spiritual path, a guru is necessary. To light a candle, you need a burning candle. Even so, an illumined soul alone can enlighten another soul. So, to me, there is no difference between God and Guru. And from the disciple's point of view, Guru is God Himself, because it is through Guru that one reaches God. So, let me bow in front of you both today as my Gurus and present on this Mother Earth. Welcome, Satsar and Siri.
Yes.
And I'm honored that you chose me to host this today's episode. Before I start my introduction, I would like to introduce my gurus. And because the wisdom you both share is infinite, so I try to accommodate in the best way possible. Okay, so Siri Guru Prakashkar Khalsa and Satpuram Singh Khalsa. And Siri Khalsa's life purpose is that she helps individuals evolve what they love to be at the core of their being and follow their inner calling with their inner knowingness and live their true destiny. And Sat Khalsa's life purpose is that he infused entrepreneur spirit to help people cooperate, seek cooperation, and contribute to be contributing leaders and above all enjoy peace of mind while ensuring that they have purpose, people, process, positive energy, productivity, and profit. And he referred them as 7 Ps. And you know what, Chetan Siri sir, that telling about your life purpose is making me feel that I'm reading an illuminated manuscript. So, wow. And together, they are also co directors of Innermost Shift, ICF MCC coaches and mentor coaches. And they both are PhD holders and they have had 4,000 plus coaching hours each. Wow, it's wonderful, Satan Siri. And let me now introduce myself to all the viewers. I'm Vaishali Kaura. I'm from New Delhi, India, and I have more than 14 years of experience in finance and career development. I evolved as a relationship coach post I met Siri and Satsar in 2021. And since then, I started living each moment towards supporting and contributing towards my life purpose to serve humanity by helping them seeing the true essence of life. So, once again, I would like to welcome everyone to this wonderful, wisdomful episode. And I believe this episode will give you all the awakening as it gave to me. So, Siri, my first question is to you because you came first into my life. And this question is also on house demand. Um, become your best version is very popular nowadays.
Mhm.
So I'm curious how ancient wisdom for transformation coaching is aligned with this agenda, Siri.
Becoming the best version of yourself. I think that's very right, Vishali. It's a very common word. You become the best version of yourself. If we look at from the ancient Indian wisdom perspective, it has been always, said that. Okay, now we say it. So let me start from now. What we say is you have to become a human being. So when we talk to each other, it says become a good human being. But it's very unfortunate that we human beings have to tell each other become a good human being, right? To an animal, you don't say dog, you become a dog. The dog is already a dog. The elephant is already an elephant. They are there living that. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the learnings of our life and the teachings which we have not learned how to handle our own life and our true selves, it has taken us away from the reality of who we are. So the ancient Indian wisdom talks about being who you are, truly who you are as a human being. And each human being um, has come to this planet Earth for a different purpose. Whatever the ultimate purpose is to serve, and of course to go. The spiritual path is different. But when I'm talking from the perspective of coaching, and I'm talking from the perspective of ancient Indian wisdom as a normal human being, we are supposed to be who we are truly. If you see a child, the child is truly, if the child is feeling hungry, okay, mama, I'm feeling hungry. I don't like this. I will not eat this. I don't want to do it. Simply they will just do it. They're not much bothered about the result. Though it is a responsibility of the parents to shape the child, to give the child the values and also understand what the child is wanting to do. But in this, all the learning process and evolution and the families and the society, they have kind of made us who we are not truly as. So if I do not like something, I cannot say that. If I am not able to do something, I cannot express this by the thought that what others will say, what will happen to others. So we are not living a true life for ourselves. We have masked our own self when we are in front of others, right? But according to the ancient Indian wisdom, what we have learned is that you cannot hide yourself from yourself. You cannot do that. At one point of time, you know your own self very well. Even if you tell people outside anything in the world, but you are quite aware of your own self, that what is happening inside you, right? So when I talk of ancient Indian wisdom and transformational coaching, I think this aspect of the ancient Indian wisdom, and especially what we have designed as a part of the inner motion coaching, and when what we talk about helping people to get in touch with their true innate potential from where we are all born, the pure being. And when we talk of transformational coaching, it's also helping people to get in touch with that true self from where all their answers are going to come out, from where they know when the things are right, from where they have the knowingness of being who they are. So that's a very wonderful thing what we talk about. And the ancient Indian wisdom also talks about that how we can be truly what we are so that we can create a better space for ourselves and for others also. And if we are in ourselves, we are more centered, we are more aligned, we are more congruent to ourselves, right? We are not, aspiring to be something else, and in between we are finding, no, this is not what I want to do, but I don't know, I have to do it because of my parents, family pressure, and all the kind of stuff which is happening. But I think if allowed, if you truly become who you are, that's a whole transformation process in itself now, because we have to go backward because we haven't learned. And I don't think so it's a mistake of any one of us, because obviously no school or college ever teaches you how to do it. Nobody's teaching you a life skill to live. We are all taught different things which probably are of some use and not of some use. That's okay. But then that's how the whole situation is. And when we talk of coaching, and especially transformational coaching, it's about helping people to understand that where have they built up these patterns? Where are they coming from? Because it's a full life that we are living from childhood to now. So when we talk about helping them to get in touch with that, and the ancient wisdom also talks about, if you look at your whole life, you can actually identify now when you're grown up, you can go back and also find out that all these patterns which you're living, which are not letting you move forward in life, where are they coming from? Whether childhood or learning from school or teacher or parent or wherever it is. So that's a whole process which actually, when you see the whole life in front of you, you can then pick and choose and kind of break those patterns, learning how to do it, and then evolve as a better human being. Unfortunately, we have to say evolve as a better human being, because we have to it should be a journey from here to here, but now it's a journey from here to back, to understand that, okay,
Mm.
how we can start and become more better in our lives, and also serve others, because that's also one of the ancient wisdom when we talk about is Vasudev Kutumbakaya, when it's a whole world is like one, but how to live it. That's again also a learning, through the whole process of understanding the ancient Indian wisdom, and also learning that how we are affecting a change not only in people around us but also all around the world. So, according to me, I feel that's one of the very beautiful things we talk about, how the ancient Indian wisdom can actually help you to be the best of yourself. Right? If we can truly do it, I think we don't have to seek anything. We don't have to work towards our own self, but rather go to next level in our own other learnings of life, where we can also contribute, to the people around us.
Yes. Wow, it's so wonderful. I can relate to when you said it. And it is an evolution, right? So earlier we begin from inner to the outer self. Now we are evolving backward towards our inner self. So thank you so much for sharing this, Siri. My next question is to you, Satsar. If I'm a client, or let's say I'm a seeker, I'm using both the words client as well as seeker because I believe when a client is coming to us, he's seeking. Um, okay, I hope you can hear me.
I
Si-
I
Siri
cannot
Sat.
hear.
Okay, my apologies. Is it better now? Can you hear me? Siri?
I think we have lost connection.
I can hear you, Sat sir. Okay, let's wait for them. Maybe they have some internet connection issue. Okay, yes, Sat sir. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. I think I totally lost your question. Nothing I could hear.
Yes. Yes, yes. I will repeat myself. If I'm audible to you right now, is the connection is restored? Sat sir, can you hear me this time? Is your internet is fine now? I guess we are back,
I don't know
right?
what's happening. One of us is getting lost. Anyway, yeah, now I can.
Now can you hear me, Sat sir? I think your internet connection is a bit not stable, right? Am I audible to you now, Sat sir, Siri ma'am?
Yeah, I'm audible, but it's getting lost. And
Okay, okay. Is it better now, Sat sir? Can you hear me?
yeah, it seems to be better. I think still I can't hear you.
You cannot hear me.
Okay. You move your head and get frozen.
My internet is all stable. I can see you. I can see. I can hear you as well. So let me know if I'm audible to you right now.
I th- I th-
Okay.
I think we
Okay,
have
I
an
think
issue here with the internet, I believe.
Yes, yes,
I don't
yes.
know
My
whether it's
internet
issue
connection
here
is
or
all
where,
stable.
but then in
Hello.
I can hear you. I can see
okay,
you.
yes, come on,
You
yeah.
both are
Mhm.
okay. Okay. Can I ask my question now, Satsa, to you?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. So my next question to you is to you, Satsa, that if I'm a client or let's say I'm a seeker, I'm using the word client and a seeker because when a client is coming to us, he's seeking something. That's why he's here. So if I'm a client or let's say I'm a seeker, so how interactional can be insightful to me as a seeker? How it can help me to satisfy my urges towards the life or its concerns, Satsar.
Okay. So when a person has a desire to seek, and that's an inherent desire. It's coming from tendency, some intent a person has, and values trying to find the expression in a context. So
Mhm.
I think we're
There's
losing
some
him,
issue in the
right?
internet. I know. I
Ah,
don't know why
okay.
something is wrong in the internet.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
wait for
can
him.
you just repeat your question, Vishali,
Yes,
while we just check?
definitely,
so
Siri. Yes, yes. So my question is
Yeah, he's
that
back.
if I'm a client,
Yeah,
okay,
he's back.
yeah.
Okay.
So the question is, question is under.
It's again breaking out. Hmm.
So the person should be satisfied because the ultimate purpose of life is living a satisfied life and living a life of contentment. And contentment means that there is some place where a person is feeling void. Um, Okay, and that
Okay.
void is person is trying to fill up by asking something. Okay, it could be any change, it could be anything, any goal person want to achieve. So if we can, if our interaction can help the person to get in touch with the real value, which will lead to the ultimate contentment and enhance the life to live to this fullest, and then that moment the best version, the first best version appears. So the interaction has no meaning if seeker is not made to become clear about what is the real value the seeker is seeking. Okay, so based on the sanskaras, the impressions, and the upbringing, the there are certain formations in the mind, and I believe that every awakener is responsible. That if a seeker has got a desire to get to some goal or make something possible, then aligning the person to that uh, core value a person is trying to seek would empower the client. So person must get an atma bal, okay, and that atma bal comes from within. So you can't give anything. So how much you make the person to get into that atma vichara, okay, and atma bhava, right? And that's where the true interaction has a meaning. Okay, I think that's the responsibility of anyone who interacts with any other one. Okay,
Mm, yes.
so that's my answer.
Yes. Thank you so much, Satsar, for sharing this. Now, my this question is to both of you. I believe that these books are not just a book; it is a holy book. Um, as you know, some books are impacted our lives and goes from generation to generations. So I feel the same for these two wisdom which you have shared with all of us. So my question to both of you is that is this this holy books requires or needs a greater level of deepest knowledge and going beyond the realm of awareness. I'm wondering, how did you do it? What level of awareness, consciousness it requires by you to author such a wisdom?
So, okay, I think, Vishali, it's a journey of our life, what we started with, and learning various things from various teachers, and also the students who have been our teachers. Whenever we are entering a class and we have people, there's so much to learn from them. And then obviously, so I don't take that credit, sir. It's because sir has read all the scriptures and I have listened from him, and that's my reading. Personally speaking, I've not read as a book as I've read, but then yes, I've had my learnings from him because he's a very ardent reader. He can finish a book in 2 days, so it's easier for me. Okay, read and you tell me. But obviously, I think it's if I speak from a little bit higher perspective, I think it's your time when you start understanding these things, and it's a life also which start teaching you these things, and then obviously you're pushed into it, right? So having different backgrounds, but still when you enter with this and you understand, and when your spiritual teacher also pushes you, go and read this. It's important for you as a part of life, because probably he could see where we have to be in the later part of the life, what we are doing now, and what we did earlier. So all this has been a great learning, a journey, which has been put together in the books. And also, it's put in a very simplistic way so that a person, if they read it, they understand what we are really talking of. Because a lot of ancient wisdom has gone into it with the scientific technology, different tools, different techniques from Western part of the world, NLP, brain science, neuroscience into it. So I think it's a whole. If I have to sum it up in one line, it's kind of a journey what we have gone through within ourselves, with the students who have come across, and obviously with the learnings, with a lot of research work what he has, with a lot of learnings which he gets from different universities from different parts of the world. So it's all assimilated together. And I think, and one of the credit which I would also like to talk goes to Prosperity, the team. She is the one. We had been writing many things over a period of so many years, me and sir, but it was not getting compiled. and she's the one who just put it together. She says, we have to do it. You cannot do it. You cannot wait any longer. You've been telling every time it's right. You're doing it, but it's not happening. So she has been the only major source to push it. Okay, you have to do it. It has to become in a form of a book. So really, thanks to her as well. So you can add. So you're on mute. So you're on mute. Still, you're on mute.
Is the question about how have we come around writing the book? Is that the question? Because I was not able to get the voice that time clearly.
Okay,
Is
okay.
that the
Let me
question?
repeat it. Let me repeat it for you, Satsa. Yes, the question
Yeah.
is that the pages which I have read. To be honest, I'm not able to read it like complete the two books. Yet I'm reading it every day. So my question is that, as per my understanding, this holy book, these two holy books, this ancient wisdom, Indian wisdom, it needs a greater level of very deepest knowledge and going beyond that realm of awareness. So I'm wondering, how did you do it? What is that level of awareness or consciousness it requires by you to author such a wisdom? This is my question, that's it.
Okay. Okay. See, I will start with a quote that Richard Bandler gives it, and he says that if you have to understand any book, go to the author's mind and read it from that mind, and that's very difficult to take for anyone. I know it. Then the question is that how have we come out writing this book is it was very difficult really for me because we are storytellers. Even Siri is storyteller. People ask a question and we get into a story and that's too long. And now the people who are storyteller, if they have to write a book, it becomes very difficult to crystallize. You you need discipline. You need, it's like a water trying to explore and rush out in every direction, and then you have to build fences to precise them into a book. And I'm a nature lover. Of the all teachings, um, when we got, and the deep ancient wisdom, I know even today, when people talk about visiting to different places, pilgrimages, going through books, it's they still miss the point. I know that, but with my all respect to them, this is difficult. That how do we come out from all this, which confuses us, and rather lands into something stable, something truth, something right. And for that we need to read the book of life, book of nature. And the single word that we need is jigyasa, and this is called curiosity and a seeking mind. So I can still have a jigyasa, but I still can't seek. What should I seek from it? Because nature reveals itself. So being one with the nature, when your nature is a part of your nature, being one with the nature, something reveals. So, and that's an explosion because that's direct. Now it becomes a good story and a, a good urge in mind to speak. So that when that came to mind, to crystallize into a book was difficult. But then, yes, people around us, and especially I would say prosperity and several other students, they kept on hammering, hey, you have a knowledge, you give it to the world. Now we've been giving to the world through different ways. Now, in this book, every word is a nugget of wisdom. So we are not trying to make it as a textbook, a big book. It's so precise, so straight. So getting there, you straightway get into application. So that has been the intent. So this book has dawned as being one with the nature and direct understanding of that how the world is evolving, interacting, and then things are manifesting. And how can we turn that into a good model? Because human being can, I cannot right now, I cannot touch you, feel you from here, but I can speak. So my words are touching you. and then you are touching yourself within. So if we understand this phenomena, that how what we sound touches and what we say then is interpreted in your own manner. And so interaction has to include all these um,
Mhm.
factors in mind and help people to improve and excel. And because there is a ancient wisdom saying that yoga is karma kaushalam, that we are born to excel being one with the truth. Okay, yoga means the ultimate, right? That state. So this book is an attempt to help people to directly take those nuggets and display those virtues, and we have translated the direct knowledge into the direct learning. Okay, so that's how these books have been inspired and have been casted, I would say. So casting is a process I will use out of the raw material available in the nature to cast them into a crystallized manner. Okay, so that practical people accept it.
And I'm sure these nuggets will be benefited for this humanity in total. And I'm so honored to host this today's episode aligned towards this books, this ancient Indian wisdom. Thank you so very much, both Siri and Satsar, for sharing these beautiful books with us. Um, Now, beyond these questions, anything you would like to share to all the viewers, to all the seekers, I would say, according to you, anything, whatever you'd like to share about this ancient wisdom.
So, would you like to say first?
Okay, so I would only share and extend that what I just said, that rather than delving into um, different confusions and sorting out the things, what's different, what's same. Human beings like to hear the same thing, and when they're exposed to something new, this become difficult for them. So I would say that I would encourage every person to become curious and then become jigyasu, and then understand life happening all around you, that what is going on. Okay, and uninfluenced from what's going on, learn to reflect and go deeper and stay with your true self. And yes, it will take some time when to drop the layers of conditioning, but then we are we try to drop things, that I am not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not this thought, I'm not these emotions. So then we try to take it from somewhere else. Rather than that, there is a in India is a path of yantra, mantra, tantra. Now, tantra is an union. That is like when even the two intimate male and female unite, the Shiva and Shakti unite, the energy and the potential unite. So when we do not exclude even the shadow part of ourselves, and even we don't exclude the um, dying part of ourselves, the body, and the influence part of ourselves, the mind, and the effective part of ourselves as emotions. And we live an inclusive life and embrace everything happening rather than rejecting everything, accepting and being every part of it with sense of expansion. No, this is directly possible. Let's not reject any part of us.
Mhm.
Okay, so I am the body also, I am the mind also, I'm the emotion also, I'm everything, and that's where I'm everything, and I'm Brahmas. Okay, so I'm all invasive, I'm all pervasive, and that I become the bigger I, right? And so even in the Gurbani it said apna mool pashan, that understand your root, okay, your basic, your exist, and I think we can all experience it. And this is the greatest gift of the Indian ancient wisdom, and we all have the birthright. This is the gift to the humanity, and we must expand it. So searching more within, dwelling more within, inclusive of everything and inclusive of all those people around. That's a life of inclusivity and respecting your exclusivity. And that's my message from that's the core wisdom. And this sums up everything. I
Yes,
believe
yes,
nothing beyond it.
So I would just, add to this that ancient Indian wisdom, which is coming to my mind, um, from a context of living the life, how we should live the life. And I think what I'm going to talk about is something which is very integral part of our life, the way we live it. Of course, we have to be a good human being, which I've been saying, and which my one of my gurus have always mentioned that to me. Become good. Measure your own actions, what you're doing. And one of the things when we talk about also in transformational coaching, and especially when we talk about leadership coaching, it's very, very important. Whatever you are doing, you can measure your actions internally through three different aspects. If you're doing something out of fear, it's going to create fear in people. If you're doing something out of ego, it's going to actually create ego and boost or affect the ego of the other person. And if you're doing something out of ignorance, then you are in ignorance and you're also taking people in ignorance. So when you are working with the ancient Indian wisdom, and I'm especially talking about a leadership level, that's what is coming to my mind right now when you ask this question, that each one of us, though, at any level, we have to measure it. But especially when we talk of leader, where you're at home or in the organization or in public, wherever you are, watch yourself. What is happening? How are you acting? Because that nobody can check. Nobody will ever tell you that you have done this action, it is coming out of fear. Nobody will do that. And you can prove yourself right with all the evidences also. But internal self, you cannot mask it. You cannot do that. You know it very well. So this is a question many times people ask me, how do we measure our action? How do I know how it is happening? So check. I think this is one of the very beautiful techniques of ancient Indian wisdom. Check your actions. Where are they coming from? And if your actions are coming from love, contribution, giving, then it's going to create the same around you and in the world. Right. And so it goes back to transformational coaching as well when we talk of the concept that as a coach, as a awakener, you are also there to give. Give your ears fully to listen to it, give your presence for the people, be in that state of calm and neutrality with no fear, ego, and ignorance coming on your way, so that you can give enough room for a seeker to evolve as that human being what the person has come to you for. So I think that's what is ancient Indian wisdom for me. One of the very beautiful
wow.
things which I've learned from my teacher.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Um, and thank you once again for sharing this divine wisdom with all of us. And I truly believe that um, whatever you and Satsar and Prosperity has created in form of these two books, these two holy books, is going to change the humanity. That's for sure. And we become more. From a seeker point of view, we become more, we can make our life more beautiful by aligning with ourselves, and from I am nothing to I am everything, and back to then I am nothing. So thank you once again, Siri. Thank you once again, Satsar. And again, I'm honored to host you both. So all my lifetime with you both, you have taken my interview. So this is the great opportunity to for me to ask questions this time. So thank you, and to all the viewers, all the seekers, please do read this wisdom, and I'm sure it will add value to all our lives. Thank you once again, Siri and Satsa.
Thank you. Thank you.